So this is a question from the November 2017 paper 1 of the HL chemistry. And it basically asks us which of the following solutions will neutralize 50 centimeters cube of 0.12 mole DM and of NaOH or sodium hydroxide. So essentially, which of these acids that have been given in the options will produce enough H plus or will dissociate to produce enough H plus to completely neutralize the OH minus produced by the sodium hydroxide to form water. So which of these acids are in enough quantity this is all about quantity, which will produce enough moles of H plus to combine with all the moles of OH minus to produce H2O. This is essentially a neutralization reaction where in the solution, there will be no additional protons or the hydroxide ion left. So the pH will be neutral, which will be 7. So this is essentially what a neutralization reaction looks like. And if you know about this, an acid and a base, when they combine with each other, they produce a salt plus water. So this is a neutralization reaction in words. And now we know what the base is. It's NaOH. We just need to figure out what the acid is going to be from these 4 options, meaning which one has the capacity to completely neutralize these many moles of NaOH. Now, if there are, you can calculate the moles of this in paper 2 using a calculator. Unfortunately, we do not have that facility over here because in paper 1, you're not allowed to use a calculator. So you just kind of have to really do the process of elimination, or if you are well versed with the subject, you will automatically kind of know which is the answer. But for this video, I will take the process of elimination method. Just off the bat, you can eliminate option B because firstly, this is ethanoic acid. It's a weak acid. And if you see, it will not produce the same number, it will not produce enough H plus to completely neutralize the NaOH. Why? Because even though the concentration of the acid is the same, the volume is actually half. So that means the moles will automatically also be half. Then you can look at option D, which is nitric acid. The volume is the same. However, the concentration has been halved. That means the moles of H plus produced by the dissociation of nitric acid will also be half. That means it will not be enough to completely neutralize the hydroxide produced by the base. Then you can look at, you're stuck between option A and C. And if you look at A, the volume, which is 12.5, is 4 times lower than the volume of sodium hydroxide, and the concentration is much lower as well. So that is also out. And you're only left with one option, which is C, and this is indeed the correct option. Now, if you want to understand why it is this and kind of delve a bit deeper into the concept, I'm going to discuss that as well. So basically, H2SO4 is a diprotic acid, meaning if supposing you have 1 mole of sulfuric acid, this is sulfuric acid, by the way. I'm just going to call it SA for now, okay? So if you have 1 mole of sulfuric acid, when it dissociates completely, it is capable of producing 2 protons because, of course, it has 2 hydrogens. That means 1 mole of sulfuric acid is capable of actually producing 2 moles of H plus. And over here in option C, even though the concentration is the same as the base, but even though the volume is less, is half, you would think that the moles of H plus produced by the dissociation will also be half, and thus it won't be enough to neutralize OH, the hydroxide. However, this is not the case. Since H2SO4 is diprotic, it can produce twice the number of moles of H plus. That means it will be enough to neutralize the OH minus produced. So you can kind of imagine just for the sake of conceptualizing what I'm talking about over here, you can actually imagine that 50 centimeter cubed of 0.120 mole dm of H plus will be produced. You can just kind of conceptualize it like that if that makes it easier for you to understand. So you can kind of imagine that it'll actually be double the mole of H plus. But you may ask yourself, okay, if that's the case, why didn't we pick H3PO4, which is phosphoric acid, because it is triprotic. It can produce 3 H plus if it dissociates. That is a valid point. However, the quantity, I mean, the concentration and the volume of the acid used is far too less. It will not be enough, even though it's triprotic, it won't be enough to neutralize the OH minus produced by sodium hydroxide. So that's why C will be the correct answer. I hope I have done a good job at explaining. It's my first video, and I might be a bit rusty. I might be a bit difficult to understand, and I'm very sorry for that. But definitely in future videos, I will improve. And if you have any questions that you find find a difficulty in understanding, and you would like me to solve it, you can send it my way. I will put my email down in the description, and I'll also put a handle to my social media, and you can send me your questions on those. Thank you so much.